does that say? Oh, Fireman's. Sure, ask away. I did not remove you from mod. It's strange. Now I'm driving on the wrong side of the road. Although, don't you have multiple... oh, I have to... You've got... more options. There we go. Yeah, that's weird. I think... Didn't you say you had multiple multiple things, and you're a mod on one of your accounts but not on this one, so that's where that happened. I haven't, anybody who is a mod is still a mod. I haven't removed anyone from mod status. But if you've got multiple accounts, you're not automatically a mod on all your accounts. Oh, neighbour's off out. He was playing with his toys yesterday. He's got a bunch of very nice cars. So, two-seater sports cars. I think one of them is a Trans Am. I have no idea what the other ones are, but they all have very big, loud engines. So, like, once a month, he gets them out, he drives them around the block, then he puts them back in his shed. Hello.
Hi.
What are you doing?
Nothing.
Oh, okay. What are you gonna do?
No.
Okay. Hi. So yes. So that's I guess yesterday was a good time to have his toys out and drive around the block, and his son came over and they went for a ride, and just it's his hobby. He likes American muscle cars, so he has a shed. I think he's got 2 muscle cars and an ATV. Over there, might have more, and then his daily drive is a truck. But as I said, he gets them out once a month, takes them out for a drive, makes sure they're all okay, sticks them back in the shed. Yesterday was it was actually cool, but nice sunny day. And today, it looks like it's going to rain, so that's probably going to happen later. So today is not such a good day for taking out the toys. I'm going to need to back this in there. So. Still doing its thing. Okay, so again, I got 2. That sheep. If you look through the window just above the milk churns, there's a little lamb that keeps jumping in the air. Looks like he's stopped now. I'm going to have to move at least 2 of those. So maybe we'll do a run down to the store with a load of wool. What do I need to do now? Press that button. There we go. So if I get out now and check the shed, I have 2 round bales of silage at 5,500. So different mix. I might do 1 and 1 of the 5,500, 4,500 on the next load. Okay, so that's all done. Try not to park in front. Oh, there's no door. We are done with. I guess once again not going to be feeding the animals for a bit, so I'll take this over to the workshop. We'll take the sides off it. I am not very well conversant with American cars, but that's an old one and sounds like a very nice car. Obviously, from my accent, I'm not from these parts, so I'm aware of some of the things, but others. I know Trans Am's because Knight Rider. Okay, take the side off. Yes. Yes. Configuration has changed. Go hitch that on the back of the case again. Normally don't run that on the case, but the case is the faster tractor, so I'm kind of liking that as a plan for moving stuff. So, plan here, I am probably going to empty the truck, the sunflowers from the truck, into our silos, and then later on I'll worry about taking them to the store. But every single load of sunflowers is going to the same place, so not going to worry too much about getting which load is delivered when. Obviously, we have to deliver them to get paid. But that's the only worry. Okay, I'm going to take 2 of the bales that are on here. Let's pull the forks in a little. These not so heavy as the bales, which is good. We'll throw these on the back of here. Get it as close to the backboard as possible. And down. And forward. And down. And a bit forward. And more forward. Ah. Nice thing about production pallets is 2 of them are as wide as this little trailer. So actually forwards a little bit more. Oh, too much. Oh. Doing that the wrong way. Okay. And back up. Alright, let's go get 4 more. I'm okay selling about 4 of them now. We'll sell a few later. The milk will be sold sometime during the month of October, but not necessarily today. So we'll very, very gently grab these off the ground slightly. There we go. So yeah, this, unfortunately, this trailer is a little bit on the small side for the amount that we're producing on this farm. I mean, it was good enough initially, but I think I do need something a little bit bigger. But I also need a feed cart. Oh, now there's a thought. Just occurs to me that I could keep this trailer with the sides on it, go get myself a flatbed for doing stuff like this. Not for the bales at the moment, because obviously we have the bale collector thing. Okay, let's push those up to the end. I am a computer programmer, so I approach computer games from the aspect of someone who designs computer programs. I'm not a game designer, I am a business programmer. Work for a corporation doing all of their sales processing programs. But I understand how programs work and how programmers' jobs work. So I approach this as there's ways to do things. Oh, and I just noticed the harvester's full. So, but then this game has prompted me to learn about farming. So while I am not a farmer, I have gathered a fair amount of knowledge from people who do farm. Millennial Farmer, Tom Pemberton, a couple of others. So it spurned an interest in me into what am I doing? I'm turning the engines off on that. Good. In how farming works. I am very much, there we go, aware that I would not make a good farmer. Yeah, we need to go and empty the harvester. Where is the harvester? Oh, it just happens to be over here. Yeah, I'm not good with plants. The only plants I do is the plants in the fish tank, which are surprisingly prolific, but plants in flower pots and vegetables and stuff like that, I am not very good at. What? Why are you doing that? Why are you banning him? Don't ban him. At least I don't think. I haven't seen anything that makes it worth banning him. Okay, he's off. But as far as the last comment goes, did he send a link? Didn't see a link. me go back. He's a manager at Discount Tire. Yeah, no, I'm not seeing any links there. That's fine. He's fine. Till he actually posts a link, I'm fine. But yeah, as far as where's my truck over here? My job is concerned. Programming takes a certain mindset. I find it a simple job. So I need to do that. So I just happen to have a mind that is very logical and very what's the word for it? It is. I will look at a problem and if I start getting people sending links, they will get banned or getting personal. But I make that decision. But anyway, so yes, it's kind of like, would I make a good military leader? Probably not. But there are people out there who are excellent at leading militaries. So, you know, if you have the mindset to think a problem through and determine the best solution, then yes, you would make a good programmer. You're lacking the knowledge in how to program. But I've known people who just don't have the first clue. They're not good programmers. Kind of like, actually, yes, so she might make a better programmer than you would. I've seen some programmers who are absolutely brilliant and have no confidence in their brilliance, which is sad to see. But going from another aspect, back when I was in the UK, I was learning to fly, and when I first came over to America, I did continue with my flying lessons out of Camarillo in California, and talking to my flight instructor, he said he had three other students who were absolutely clueless. He said that, you know, they could control an aeroplane in the sky. They had no clue how to control a plane when they're landing. And so it becomes a little bit of a problem. You know, there is, and he didn't have the heart to tell them, you probably don't need to be flying a plane because, you know, he can't let them go up alone if they can't land the plane safely. And they were just usual time, sometime around half 11 to 12 o'clock. So about within the next hour we'll be ending. But yeah, so the thing is if you can fly a plane, you can turn left, you can turn right, you can go up, you can go down. If you can't put the wheels on the ground safely, you probably should consider doing something else with your life, because you're not going to be able to fly a plane. Me, I do have a fair amount of innate spatial awareness, so landing a plane came very easily to me. Okay, the first couple of times was tough, but that's more a case of I'd never done it before. So it was just getting used to doing it. But once you get into the point, I spent maybe a week just landing the plane, and I flew 1 to 2 hours a week at that time. So I spent a couple of 1 hour lessons learning, practicing landing the plane, and at that point it was easy. Now put me in a crosswind at the limits of the plane's capabilities, and know that's seriously challenging, takes a lot of practice. But if the wind's less than 10 miles an hour across the runway, I can put a light aeroplane on the ground without too much trouble. So I can land a plane, I can fly a plane. I haven't flown a plane since 2001 because, bail sell point, that's handy. Because in 2001, bad things happened. Big buildings in New York got wrecked, and the flight schools, basically flying for pleasure, was closed down for 6 months. And after those 6 months, a lot of flight schools were bankrupt because they're renting their planes. They're paying rental on the premises on the airfield, and they've got no income because nobody's allowed to fly anything. So how much did we make there? 8,000. Not bad. So that was the end of my flying lessons back in 2001. So that's 24 years ago, or 23 years ago. I am so far removed from that. I could still do it, but it would take me a couple. It's like riding a bicycle. I haven't ridden a bicycle in 40 years. But I could, but I might be a little bit wobbly when I first get on a bicycle. But give me a little bit of time, I'll be able to, I'll pick it back up again. The problem is I'm almost 60 years old, so I'm on a fair amount of medication, which would have to be approved by a flight, an aviation doctor. I am also not as bendy as I used to be. So getting in and out of small aircraft could be a little bit of a challenge. So again, and plus it's a lot more expensive today than it used to be. Yes. Nearly 60. So it's old age catches up with you. So it's like I have a Saab 9.3. I love my Saab 9.3. It's an awesome car to drive. And it's a difficult car for me to get in and out of these days. I could probably not fly an aeroplane with a lot of people in it. I flew basically 4-seaters. That's the size of aeroplane I get used to. And it takes a little bit to get used to how a plane works. I started out on Piper aircraft, which have low wings, so the wing is underneath the body of the plane. And so as far as a sightseeing plane, it sucks because you can't see anything underneath you because the wing's in the way. But it's a very forgiving plane. Now, Cessnas, eventually I did transition to a Cessna at one point. Cessnas have the wings over the top of the body of the plane. So, don't know why I got out. Didn't just tap. So they are great what is it? Sightseeing planes, because you can look out the windows and there's nothing between you and the ground. The wings over your head. Now that you might think doesn't mean a lot. It's actually quite interesting, because the closer the wing is to the ground, the easier it is to land the plane. And transitioning from a low wing plane to a high wing plane completely changes the the dynamics of landing. I felt I was having to fly the plane into the ground, comparatively speaking, when transitioning from the